Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face tutorial using a bunch of e.l.f. products that I just purchased. There are so many new e.l.f. products out there that I wanted to try pretty much everything, but of course I couldn't afford everything, so I only got a few items. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I've got quite a bit of items to show you. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start off with is this e.l.f. Beauty Shield. It's an antioxidant enriched skin protection SPF 50 skin shielding primer, and it's in the universal tint. And here's the packaging. It's beautiful holographic packaging. This is actually a new product to e.l.f. But it says here, it says this primer creates a lightweight base layer that blurs the look of fine lines for smooth makeup application, featuring a sheer universal tint that blends with any skin tone, formulated with broad spectrum SPF 50 and key antioxidants, carrot seed oil, and vitamin E that help protect your skin against everyday environmental aggressors. So I picked this up quickly because a primer and an SPF 50 protector for my skin is ideal for me. So hopefully this will be a great product for me. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's just this little tube and it comes with a pump. So you can see there. And it says here, apply to face on clean, dry skin, wear alone or under foundation. And then it says for best results, use after our Beauty Shield SPF 50 Skin Shielding Moisturizer. I've already moisturized my face, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with this. And I'm just gonna go in with one pump. And it's tinted. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that all over my face. It feels really thick. The thing that I'm looking for is to see if this actually has a white cast when you're putting your foundation on. You don't want it to interfere with the color of your foundation. And I do see that it is like made my face a lot lighter. Looking in the mirror, it smoothed out my fine lines just a little bit, but not enough to where it's like a drastic change. Okay, now we're gonna let this sit for a while, just for a few minutes. It is a tad bit tacky, so I just wanna let it sit for a minute and then we'll go in with another primer that I wanna use by e.l.f. Okay, now that I've let it sit, it kind of dried. It's soft, it doesn't feel as tacky as before. It feels really it feels smooth. Not powdery, but just smooth. Okay, let me go ahead and go in with this e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Luminous Matte Makeup Primer. And it looks like this. And this also comes in a tube. It says here, create a fresh natural glow with this lightweight makeup primer. This makeup base primes the skin for long wear and also moisturizes, brightens, and refines skin appearance. It says silky formula leaves skin fresh and natural looking, enriched with acai and vitamin C and E. And let me look at this, because what I want to do is, it's actually a screw. It screws off the top. It has this little tip at the end. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the back of my hand and rub it into my hand to see if it has any luminosity to it, because I actually wanted to use this like kind of on the perimeters of my face just to give a glow. And it does not. See, it just looks very clear. So it does not have any luminosity to it. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait to use this primer, since I've already used the Beauty Shield primer, and I'll use this on another day and test it out for you guys. So I'll wait on that. Okay, so now I'm gonna get started with the foundation. I got this e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Foundation Serum in medium dark. And it says it's new here on the packaging. And I understand that some of this stuff has probably been out, but all of this stuff that I'm using today is going to be a new product that I have not used myself. So if you have used them, let me know in the comments below what you liked from these products. But for the most part, I haven't used any of these products before. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and try them out. So anyway, I'm using the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Foundation Serum in medium dark. And it just says creates a flawless natural look with this lightweight vitamin infused foundation used to help gently mask imperfections while promoting radiant, healthy looking skin. So that tells me right there that it's not a full coverage foundation. It just gently masks those areas where you might have some imperfections. So let me go ahead and open the box. It looks like this. This box is like Fort Knox. They don't want you to get into it. Here's the foundation, and it actually has a pump as well. I've got two tools for applying this foundation. One is the e.l.f. stipple brush, and the other one is the highlighting and blending sponge. And I think what I'm gonna do is go in with the sponge first and see how that works out. And if it doesn't give me enough coverage like I like, then I'll go ahead and go in with the brush. Let me go ahead and wet the sponge and I'll be right back. Okay, so I wet the sponge. The sponge is like super dense. It doesn't have like any like squishiness to it. I mean, it does, but it's very, very dense. And this is what I found interesting. Look at the bottom of the sponge. There's like a, I don't know if that's just a part that didn't get dyed or if that's supposed to be like that. Here it says a dual-ended sculpting sponge that provides highlighting on one side and blending on the other. The angled side of the sponge applies product flawlessly for illuminating effect. The soft flocked side, which is this one that I thought was weird, it helps to soften and blend product to create a beautiful diffused glow. Can be used with powders, liquids, and cream formulas. Okay, so actually what this side is for is to apply the highlight or color to your face, and then this is to actually blend it out. So we're gonna go ahead and try to apply foundation with this side, and if it doesn't work, I'll go in with the brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this foundation. Let me pour a little bit on the back of my hand to see what the consistency is. Ooh, it's very watery. Super watery. And that's probably because it's a serum. Okay, let's go ahead and apply this. The sponge is actually just soaking the product up like crazy. Yeah, I'm not getting any product. Okay, let me go ahead and use the brush because that sponge is like soaking every bit of that product up. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this stippling brush, and I'm gonna shake the product a little bit because it did come out really, really watery. That kind of mixed it together a little bit more so it's not so watery. Okay, so I'm gonna just tap the brush and then move that all around my face. And put a little bit more. This is a very, very light coverage foundation serum. It covered the redness on my nose, on the bridge of my nose. And it also covered a little bit of my hyperpigmentation, which is nice because I didn't think it was actually gonna do that. And guys, I'm gonna wear these products all day long, and I'm gonna try to check in every so often so that I can show you how the products actually wore and whether they lasted or, you know, whether they broke up or whatnot. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. I didn't let you know at the beginning of the video that I was actually going to be doing that. So yeah, I'm going to be wearing it throughout the day. And I'm really not doing anything special today. I'm just running errands, and yeah, I'm not doing anything, not going anywhere special. So that gave maybe a light, very light coverage. And I'm gonna try to go for one more pump because I do need a little more coverage. I just went for like kind of a half a pump. And I'm gonna put them on the areas where I need a little bit more coverage in the center of my face. And then whatever it doesn't cover up, hopefully the concealer will help me in that area. Okay, so far it looks really nice. It looks really pretty on the skin. It's got this glowy look to it. Can you tell? It has this little like sheen to it. It looks kind of wet on the skin. And I really like this brush too, guys, for it. This brush is great, like if you're gonna put just a light application of foundation, this is perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna let that just kind of sink into the skin, and I'm gonna get started with my eyes. Okay, so I have this e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Lightweight Concealer Stick in light medium. I'm actually gonna use that as an eye primer, and then I'm gonna use it as a concealer as well under my eyes. So here's what it looks like. And it's got the concealer in stick form. And I'm going to go ahead and just place that on my eyelids to prep my eyes for eyeshadow, and then we'll set it. It's very thick. I can tell already it's a very thick product. And I'm going to go ahead and blend it just with a Sigma flat top precision brush. And it's blending really nicely. Even though it's like thick, it still is creamy enough to where it blends well. We'll see how it works on the under eyes. Okay, so I don't have a light powder to set my eyes with. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Lap Dance by NYX. With that. Okay, so the eyeshadow that I got from e.l.f. are these Best Friend eyeshadow duos, and I got mine in the color Peach Squad. It's a more warmer tone. I think there was like maybe a few others. I can't remember how many, but it was just probably a handful of other colors. And it's a very small eyeshadow duo, but those colors are so pretty. This color here, the peach color, is a more matte color. This color here is a more shimmery type color. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the peach matte color, and I'm using a Morphe M513. And I'm just gonna put that in my crease. Oh wow. That's nice pigmentation. Do you see that? It looks really good. Oh, I love that. And there's like no fallout with this product. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the shimmer color, and I'm just using the Stone Shadow brush from Moda. So I'm just gonna dip into the product. Oh wow, that came out really nice. This eyeshadow looks really pretty. It's very light, but I'm gonna go ahead and wet my brush to see if I can get a little bit more color payoff. And I'm wetting it with MAC Fix Plus. Oh yeah, that gave it more color payoff. So pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with the blending brush and just kind of blend everything together. Wow, that turned out really nice. This is a very good product for the price. I really, really love these colors, and they blended really well. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my concealer. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the concealer on my under eyes and see how this works out. I hope it works out just as well as it did for my eyelids. So, oh, before I do that, I wanna go ahead and use this e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and it has a little pump on it, so I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, dab it underneath my eyes. This is supposed to hydrate the under eye and also prime it for your concealer. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and then I'll come back and put my concealer on. Okay guys, so off camera, I was waiting for the hydrating primer to set, and then I went ahead and did my brows. I did use a new product by Maybelline. This is not e.l.f., but I used it by Maybelline. It's called Total Temptation. It is a brow definer, and so far so good. I'm still testing it out, but it's been a pretty good product in the past couple of times that I've actually used it. So anyway, let me go ahead and get started with the concealer. I'm gonna go in with the Beautifully Bare concealer and put that under my eyes. I'm just gonna put a little down my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, just where I want some highlighting in those areas. I am going to try to use the I am going to try to use the sponge to blend that out. If it doesn't work, then I'll go ahead and use another sponge that I have or a brush. Actually, this is working. Of course, this stick is not giving me the coverage that I want. The Beautifully Bare line seems like it's more of a line that is a little bit lighter application when it comes to makeup. So this is not going to give me the coverage that I'm normally used to. But yeah, it still blends really well. It's not really seeping into my fine lines, which is nice. But there again, it's not enough coverage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in medium. I'm going to go over that because I just need a little bit more coverage throughout here. And I'm also going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in tan just for a tad bit of coverage on my cheek area. So just like this. But that concealer is not settling into my fine lines. If you're the type of person that wants just a light concealer underneath your eyes, you don't want it to be too bold, or you don't need too much coverage, this concealer is going to be perfect for you because it blended well, it didn't seep into my fine lines, and I'm just going to dab this here. But I need a little bit more coverage, so I'm not going to use this to actually blend the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to go in with my Flower Beauty. I'm sorry it's dirty. I used it for a tutorial earlier, so. Okay, that gave me the coverage that I needed. I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes with this e.l.f. Smooth and Set Eye Powder. It's a sheer powder. It says here, the light diffusing powder helps camouflage fine lines, dark circles, and imperfections. Perfect for wearing alone or setting concealer. So I'm going to use it to set my concealer, and it comes like in a little tub like this. It's a translucent color. I'm just going to put a little bit in the top here. I'm going to go back over my concealer to remove any creases, and honestly, there aren't hardly any creases. Wow, it must be that primer because it hasn't settled. So let me go ahead and I'm going to use another brush by Moda. It's a complexion brush, but I'm going to use that for my under eyes, and I'm just going to dip it into that cap. I'm going to set my eyes. Oh, that's nice. Well, that's a nice powder, guys. This is a super nice powder. Now, it doesn't have that little bit of fine shimmer that my Hourglass has, but it's a more mattified look, but it looks really nice under the eyes. I mean, it's so smooth. It looks really good. Really, really good. Okay, so let me go ahead and set the rest of my face. I'm going to use the Beautifully Bare Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. And this Beautifully Bare packaging is so pretty to me. It looks so sleek. I love it. And here's what it looks like. It's got a sponge in it. This little sponge, which I probably will never use. But this is the powder itself. And if I didn't tell y'all the color, it's medium dark. So I'm going to go ahead and use another Moda brush. It's the blush brush, but I'm going to use it to set my face. It doesn't have a scent to it, but wow, it's a beautiful powder. It's so sheer. Now, it is a bit dark for me, but in the summer, this is going to work perfect. I love this powder. I think I'm going to go back and get the medium. I don't know if they have a medium or a light medium, but I need to go back and get the other color. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It feels so good on the face. It's so smooth. Okay, so I have this Waterproof Gel Eyeliner in black, and I'm going to go ahead and use that on my waterline, and then I'm going to finish off my eyes with that same duo palette. So I'm going to put this in my waterline. Wow, that goes on really creamy. I'm gonna put it underneath my lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara. I don't have a mascara from e.l.f., but I'm using the MAC Extended Play Gigablack lash. I'm just gonna put this on my bottom lashes. I hardly ever put liner in my waterline, hardly ever. So it feels kind of weird looking at my eyes because I hardly ever do that. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to go ahead and try this eyeliner. I'm gonna go ahead and use this bronzer. It's the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter and Bronzer in Bronze Glow. And it's a dual-sided type highlighter and bronzer. I'm only gonna use the bronzer side because I wanna actually use some of these highlighters I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna use the bronzer side. And then for blush, I didn't get an e.l.f. blush, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a blush from my BH Cosmetics blush palette. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Real Techniques blush brush. It's hard to use this duo with such a big brush, so what I'm doing is I'm pinching the brush to get some product and then placing it on my cheeks. It's not bad. It does come off like a little red, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this because I don't like that it comes off a little red. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but it does. It comes off a little red. Okay, since I don't have a blush, I'm gonna go in with the Nude Blush 10 Color Blush Palette by BH Cosmetics. I'm gonna use this MUA dual-sided brush. I'm gonna go into this color right here. These blushes are so good. They are very pigmented and they blend really well. So far, guys, I really like the foundation. It looks really good. It's settled really well on the skin. And then that powder over it just made it look really, really flawless. It just looks really pretty. Okay, so I put my blush on. So now I'm gonna go in with the highlighter. So I've got this Apricot Glow Baked Highlighter. And I've got two of the ones that I'm really excited to use are these e.l.f. Highlighting Holographic Duos. One of them is in Mermaid Tail and the other one is in Sirens Call. And I think I'm gonna go in with Sirens Call. And these are apparently new to the e.l.f. line. Click this, oops. And then this is the color. Let me swatch them. So they're very light highlighters, so I might have to go in with that baked highlighter, but this is the peach side and this is the more white side, but it's more of a kind of like a gold. You can barely see them. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna come out on my skin because it doesn't look like it's pigmented enough. I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques contour brush because I can't find my highlighting brush that I normally use for highlight. So let me go ahead and dip into this. It is picking up quite a bit of product. Oh, that's not bad. It's just a really sheer. Well, look at that. That is so pretty. Okay, so I'm impressed. Wow, guys, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And it's just a nice sheer highlight. It's not really intense. That's a good thing when you want to wear a highlight during the day. You don't just want that, you know, you just don't want to glow from like outer space. It just has that really beautiful sheer glow to it. It's so pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a little bit of this on top of it because I just want to see how it looks. Ooh, that really intensifies it. Do you see that? That brings it up a notch. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, a little bit on the nose, a little bit on, okay, too much on the nose. tone it down a little bit. Wow, that is gorgeous. So glad I got this. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the mermaid tail because I wanna see how that one looks. Oh, look at the mermaid's tail. It's more of like a blue tone on one side and then kind of like an iridescent on the other. Let me swatch these. Okay, you can't really tell on this one, but one of them, the bottom one, the one here is the blue and that's more iridescent. But I bet on the cheeks it'll look a lot better because swatching these doesn't do them any justice. So I'm gonna try this one later, see if it really works out. And if it does or if it doesn't, I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Apricot Glow like on my eyelids just to give it a little bit of pop because I do want to use it. I do want to see what it's about. Such a beautiful highlight. It's not swatching very well. It's pretty, but it didn't swatch very well. Put it in the inner corner. It seems like these highlights, if you try to swatch them, they don't come out good when you're swatching them. But once you get in with a brush, they show like their true color, their true pigmentation. That is really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. I just put that in the inner part of my eyelid. That's really pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna go into lips. I did get this matte lip color in cranberry, and I also got these 3 plumping lip glosses that actually I saw on Lester Lux's video. She did a haul video, and in the haul video she went out and bought 2 more of these plumping lip glosses, but she said that these were one of her favorite plumping lip glosses, so I wanted to try them. I'm gonna go in with MAC Strip Down because I don't have a liner for the e.l.f. lipsticks. I think I'm gonna use the one she really likes. It's the Champagne Glam, and it just comes in a tube like this, and it's got a doe foot applicator. Feels really nice on the lips. I don't really feel right now any tingling sensation. It feels good. It's not super sticky. Just feels good on the lips. I don't have an e.l.f. setting spray, but I did mention the Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray by Flower Beauty, and I'm gonna set my face with this setting spray. I love this stuff. It smells wonderful too. Okay guys, this is the finished look using the e.l.f. products. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to check in with you guys throughout the day, and hopefully I can do 2 check-ins. I'm gonna try really hard. If not, I'll have to do 1, and because I've got a lot of things going on today. So either way, I will check in and let you guys know how the makeup wore throughout the day, and then I'll also come back and let you know at the end of the video what I liked, what I didn't like, and yeah, so we'll just go throughout the day and I'll check back in with you guys really soon. Thanks. Okay, so I'm back for a quick check-in. It's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I've actually had this makeup on since about noon, and I'm about to go work out and really put this makeup to the test. I just wanted to check in with you guys to let you guys know that the foundation and the makeup has really held up. I've actually been here at home. I've been washing clothes. I've been doing a little housework, and really the makeup has held up really well. I'm looking in the mirror and the foundation itself is so impressive. It has not like really broken up in any areas. And I guess that has to do with the primer too, but I have a little bit of creasing here in my fine lines. I know this makeup looks really dark. My oldest daughter actually told me that my face looked really dark. that the foundation looked too dark. But once I went out into the sunlight, it didn't look so bad. I also took like a picture with my camera, with my phone camera, and it actually looked really good in the photo. But either way, the foundation, the makeup, the eyeshadow, the highlight, everything is like still intact after 5 hours. It looks really good. I haven't gotten oily in my T-zone, which is pretty amazing because usually I get oily right here, but it looks really good. And also this foundation serum has not accentuated my pores at all. So just looking in the mirror, now the lip gloss did come off because I ate a sandwich for lunch. And of course it's not transfer proof, so it's just you know, a plumping lip gloss. But other than that, everything looks really good. So I'm gonna try to check in probably another few hours and then we'll call it a night. And I'll let you know my thoughts at the end. So yeah, stay tuned for another check-in and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay guys, I'm doing my last check-in for the night. It's 7 o'clock, 2 hours later from when I checked in last time. And I went to the gym, worked out, went to get food. Okay, I did go to the gym and I did sweat, and I do see a little bit of oil right here near my nose. And it's like breaking up just a tiny bit right here on the side of my nose. But other than that, the rest of my face looks really good. The foundation held up really well. It's still, as you can still see my blush, you can still see my highlight. The eyeshadow stayed on pretty much for 7 hours. It has not budged. Now the eyeliner has kind of broken up inside my waterline, which to me it was supposed to be waterproof, so I didn't expect it to kind of break up there. It just looks like it's faded. I don't really care for the eyeliner inside my waterline, but maybe I should try to use it like on the outside, like maybe on the top of my lash line, and see how that works. It did come out on the corner here. It just kind of seeped out right here and smudged a little bit. So that tells me that it's not really waterproof. But there again, like I said, I'll try it on the top of my lash line and see if it, you know, if it budges or if it kind of fades there too. So overall, guys, I really like the makeup. I really liked the way it just held up. I'm just so surprised. I did reapply some of the Plumping lip gloss, which I absolutely love. Let me go over the things that I really enjoyed, and then I'll tell you the things that I didn't like. So the first thing is the e.l.f. Beauty Shield. This stuff is phenomenal. I am so glad that I bought this because this is what I'm gonna use on a daily. If it's making my makeup stay on this well and it has that protection, guys, this is just like the best thing that I found. So anyway, this is really good. You know, I love the foundation. I talked about the foundation just a while ago, how much I loved it, how much I loved that it held up. I do want to see if there's a lighter color, like a medium color, just to wear for now. Maybe mix the two together. And then I loved this powder. And I want to also see if there's a lighter powder that they have available. So I can use this just kind of on the outer perimeter of my face and then use the lighter color within my T-zone, just the areas where I want highlighted. So I really like these two products. The other thing I loved was the e.l.f. Smooth and Set Eye Powder. Now this has more of like a mattifying finish, but it does not look like my concealer settled into my fine lines after I use this. This stuff is awesome. I cannot wait to use this like on a daily. It's just a beautiful setting powder. It doesn't make you look dry underneath. It just looks really good. Okay, so the next thing is the Duo eyeshadow. I like the eyeshadows. Do I think that this is one of the better products? Maybe not, but it is a good eyeshadow duo. It's just, you know, I don't know that I would just use two eyeshadows. That's my problem. I use more than one eyeshadow most of the time. Unless I'm just doing a monotoned or what is it? Yeah, a monotone look, just like one shadow, you know, just for those days where I'm running errands. This is still a good shadow duo. It's just that I don't know that I would buy any more. I will be keeping this one. I just don't know that I would buy any more because I like a little bit more variety in my palettes. But still, it's a good shadow duo. The Plumping lip gloss is a must-have. You guys have got to go get this. It doesn't make your lips look huge or anything, but it does plump your lips. Like the outside of my lips look a little bit more plump than they normally do. So I really like this, and I'm so glad that I went ahead and picked up the other two. I think there's one more and I didn't get that one, but I'm so glad that I bought these. So the highlighting holographic duos, this one is so good, okay? And then this was the Siren one, but this is, I mean, it's just so pretty. I mean, look at that highlight. It has not gone anywhere, and I really, really love this. So I can't wait to try this one. Okay, so the concealer. Now, I would use the concealer for an eye primer for sure because it just is so creamy. It doesn't look drying on the eyelids. And also, I might even use it underneath the Tarte Shape Tape because my eyes don't look dry at all. This is just a very thick, creamy consistency, but it blends really well. So I am gonna keep this because I'm gonna use it for eye primer and at times try to get underneath my eyes and add the Tarte Shape Tape concealer on top because I really love the way it looks. It just looks really good. The Stippling blending brush was a great brush. I mean, it really blended in that foundation and it just looks seamless. I love this. I'm gonna go get more of these because I love the way it blended the foundation out and it just looks so smooth. And then the Hydrating Under Eye Primer, love this. It really hydrated my under eyes. I think that's why the concealer looks so good and it just stayed on really well is because of this primer. So the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer is a must-have. So the products that I'm not gonna keep are the Waterproof Gel Eyeliner Pencil and the Baked Highlighter and Bronzer and also the Baked Highlighter. I did not really see, even though I use this on my inner corner, I don't think that I really need this. Honestly, the holographic duo in Siren was better than this was. This was kind of chalky, so I'm not going to keep this, and I'm not going to keep the highlighter bronzer because I did not like the color of the bronzer. It came off like very red, very kind of red orange, so I did not like that. There were a couple items that I did not use in the tutorial, which I'm really upset that I did not use them, but I will be using them at a later date. And it's the Sculpt and Glow Duo Stick in light medium, and then also the highlighting pearl paint in Gold Star. So these I'll be using at a later date on another tutorial, but guys, I have to say, I cannot believe that this makeup, this foundation wore so well. So I'm like literally impressed with the whole line. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this where I kind of do a first impressions and I wear it all day and kind of check in throughout the day, let me know down below. So thank you guys for being here, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you can receive a notification when I put out a new video. So anyways, thanks again. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.